Hey guys, welcome back. Hi, my name is Sam. If you are new, in today's video we are going to be making a new to me recipe, and that is for cheesy hamburger potato casserole. My daughter has requested this and it sounds so good. I can't wait to make it. I've got all of the ingredients set out here ready to go. I won't go over the measurements because it's not my recipe. I will leave the link to this recipe down below in the description box, as well as pinned in the comment section. You can also find my link to my website down in the description box, as well as pinned in the comment section too. So you can check that link out down below and you can go give this recipe a try. So let's go over what you're going to need and we'll get this going. Okay, before we get started on putting this together, I've got my oven preheating to 350 degrees. I've got a 9 by 13 inch casserole dish greased and ready to go, sitting over here to the side. And this is all the ingredients that you're going to need. So in my bowl here, I've got some potatoes that I've just sliced about 1/4 inch thick, and I've got them soaking in some water just to keep them from turning brown and to get out some of that starch. I've got some cheese. I've got 2 different kinds of cheeses in here because I needed to use up one. It's just 2 different kinds of cheddar cheese. I've got some onion, some salt and pepper. I've got some cheddar cheese soup, some evaporated milk, regular milk. I've got some ground beef here and some garlic powder. So I'm going to get you guys situated and we will get this together in the oven. Okay guys, so I've got a skillet here and we're going to cook our ground beef and our onions in here until they are no longer pink. So I'm going to go ahead and add that in and get that broken up. Just a little bit. We're going to go ahead and add in our onions and cook these down together until the ground beef is no longer pink. It's cooked all the way through. The onions are nice and tender. And then if there's any extra grease that is left over from the hamburger meat, you can go ahead and drain that out. If you don't have any left over, don't worry about it. It's completely fine. So I'm going to add in some pepper and a little bit of salt. And just mix this together, and I will meet you right back here when this is all nice and cooked down and cooked through, and then we will move on to the next step. Okay, so the ground beef is nice and cooked through. My onions are cooked down and tender. All I'm going to do now is just cut this off. I'm going to let this sit for just a minute or two, just to cool down slightly. And then we're going to move on to assembling this and getting it into the oven. And yeah. Okay guys, so I've got my 9 by 13 inch pan here. I've already greased it. It's ready to go. I've got my potatoes drained, my cheese. I've got my mixture that we're going to mix up in just a few seconds or a few minutes. And I've got my ground beef mixture. Now all you're going to do is you're going to take your potatoes and you're going to layer just a thin single layer on the bottom of your dish. It doesn't have to be too precise. It's going to get layered anyway. And then you're going to add your ground beef mixture right on top of that. Add a little bit more of these potatoes into the little pieces here. It doesn't have much. To the corners. Just layer it however you want. No rhyme or reason. And then you are going to sprinkle on some of your ground beef and onion mixture. And all you're going to do is repeat this process until you use up all of your ground beef and your potato mixture. Don't forget to add your cheese. So we're going to add a little bit of that before we add on some more potatoes. So just sprinkle some of that on there and just repeat the process. Okay guys, so I've got my casserole here all assembled and ready to go. All I'm going to do now is mix up my wet ingredients to add to that. I'm just going to mix everything up in this bowl here that I had the cheese in. It's just one less dish to worry about. I've already added my evaporated milk in there. Now I'm going to add in my cheddar cheese soup. If I can get it out with this spoon. And I'm just going to mix that up just a little bit to break up that soup. Okay, so I switched over to a whisk. I'm just going to whisk this soup in just a little bit, just to get it broke up and mixed in pretty well, so it's not all lumpy. Now we're just going to add in our milk. You can use whatever kind of milk that you like. I usually do almond milk, but you can do coconut, regular whole milk, 2%, really doesn't matter, just your personal preference. And now we're going to add in some garlic powder, some salt and pepper to taste. Okay, so I've got a piece of foil here that I just sprayed the dull side with a little bit of olive oil spray, and I'm just going to put that on the top of my casserole here and fill it up pretty well. And we're going to pop this in the oven. We're going to cook this, I don't know, for about an hour. And then we're going to take the foil off, and then we'll put it back into the oven and let it cook for a little bit longer. The oil will mostly help keep the cheese from sticking to the top of the tin foil. We've all had it happen. It's just a precautionary step. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Just depends. But I did it anyway, so we're going to put this in the oven, and I will show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay guys, so I just took this out of the oven. I let it cook for an hour took the foil off and let it cook for another 20 minutes just to make sure the potatoes were done, and we are ready to eat. I'm going to give this a little try. It's hot. That is good. Potatoes are tender. Nice flavor. Could use a little bit more salt, but other than that, it's really, really good. So, alright guys, that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave if you are new. And as usual, I will leave the link to this recipe below in the description box, as well as pinned in the comment section. You can also find my blog there as well. So yeah, we're going to go enjoy some dinner, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys!